What's going on, everybody? It's Big T with GreenWallSt.com, back with another trading video, this time on ENOB. So we're going to take a look at the chart on the right. Chart on the left, BKSY, you can see I traded it for a nice win in the morning, tried to reshort some in the afternoon, and ended up just being stronger than I thought it would. So I stopped out for a small loss and then left it alone. And then I thought that was going to be the end of the day, but you know, it just goes to show you, like, you got to have patience in the market, even when it doesn't, you know, it seems like it's a boring day and, you know, there's not a lot going and you're thinking like, well, shit, you know, I'm bored. You know, you'll end up forcing something that's subpar. And when you do that, you typically lose money, and then you lose confidence to hit the next good setup that comes with the size that you should. And it just sends you down this negative spiral. But you never know when something in the market is going to pop up. Perfect example, ENOB, the chart on the right. It was just a normal day, and then all of a sudden the CEO got charged on a murder for hire plot. The fuck? Stock went from 6 to 3 in like,
stock news.
you know, 30 minutes or whatever it was. And that kind of range gets my attention. I love intraday volatility, just random shit like that. Guy got charged with murder, basically.
Tweet by Fast Stock News.
And the stock tanked. So same idea as always. You know, I am trying to catch that first move back into resistance and short that move, assuming that resistance is going to hold, and you know, risking if it reclaims the entire bounce, which is, you know, very abnormal. So you'll notice is a very similar setup to the one that I traded and posted the other day, the one that didn't work. Right, the one that, you know, I didn't necessarily lose. I think I still, you know, I know I lost like $50 or something. But it was basically a break-even trade, and now we'll get to see essentially the same setup again, and you'll see that I managed it pretty much the same again. So the stock's halting all over the place. Again, we're looking at the chart on the right, and I'm waiting for a push towards this. You know, it's a wide range, so ideally I'm looking for like the 4 to 5 range, right? I'm looking about halfway, you know, up this move. The push through VWAP, I want to see it really overextend to the upside, because it overshot to the downside, right? So now I'm waiting for it to overshoot to the upside, short that move, and wait for it to come in and settle down, consolidate a little bit. So I end up shorting a little bit at 360. At this point, you know, it's still a super wide range. I can't tell really where this thing's going, so I'm not, you know, just full sizing in here. I don't have that good of a read on it. So I'm giving myself a little bit of room to scale into the trade. So we do end up popping to 4. I add some more, which gives me about a 380 average, which is right where the stock is trading. And I'm still, you know, if we pop higher from here without consolidating or anything, I do have, you know, a lot more shares to add higher where I really want them. But I put this on here just in case, you know, we didn't get that high. But as we start to pull back again, like I'm trying to recognize these key moments and like where it should break down. And I notice, like, if it's really going to stay heavy, it's probably going to crack 360s here and just go lower. And it tries for, you know, what looks like really quickly, because I'm kind of speeding through it. But this is over the course of, you know, 5-6 minutes. I'm watching it like try to fall under 360, try to fall under 360, try to do it. And it can't, so I end up covering that for break even, and I wait for the next higher level. So again, I'm just like the trade from the other day. I'm managing it the exact same way. I'll try it at a level, see if it breaks down. If it does not, then I'll take that trade off and I'll wait for the next level. Same thing I was doing on the, I forget what that stock was. It started with a C. Who fucking knows? They're the same charts, just different stock tickers. But the level that I really wanted, again, was kind of this 4 to 450. So as we start to pop back towards 4, I put another starter on, and then the stock halts up at 424, which is a little bit scary. You know, if you're oversized and like you're not ready for a break of 5 or 550, then that's going to be scary. But if you're not trading, you know, or if you're trading the correct amount of size given the range, when stocks have crazy range, you got to size down, right? You're still risking the same money amount. It's just the stock is moving more. So I wait for it to come out of the halt, and up here, you know, closer to 450 to 5, that's where I want the most size, right? Because that's like the point where it should stop. If it gets higher than that and it goes to 556, that is a crazy abnormal move that happens, you know, maybe, you know, we talked about it in the last vid, like 10% of the time, 5% of the time. If it reclaims that whole bounce or the whole sell-off without consolidating or anything, super abnormal. So I don't assume that that's going to happen. I assume the other thing is going to happen. I assume the high probability thing is going to happen. That's why I'm not afraid to short into what seems like a move straight up. So I add, as soon as it comes out of the halt, now I have a 415 average, and I'm leaving a little bit of room just in case we go higher again. But we end up not doing that. So I didn't get quote unquote full size on this thing, closer to like half size. But it's not every trade that you're gonna get full size on. It just doesn't happen that way. You know, in order to get full size on a trade, you either have to be adding aggressively into a win, or it has to be, you know, you had to be not involved in the stock and it at the perfect spot for you to put all of your size in at once. That's the only way you're going to consistently get full size on trades. But that is why I'd like not scaling a ton. I might take like 1, 2, maybe 3 entries into a stock, but any more than that, you know, typically trying not to do that unless they're really small positions. But anyway, stock tanks, again, like I said, just assuming that resistance is going to hold the first time we pop back into it. Again, I've got a 415 average with half size. So now I'm looking for, again, that same 360 support level to kind of break, run some stops, and use that liquidity to cover. So we end up doing that 355. It's about to go limit down, so I cover some. I think I cover about a third of the position. I'm trying to be patient with a winner. And then as we fail to go limit down, I wanted it to go limit down and then cover the rest out of the halt, but it kept trying. It goes a little bit lower, low 350s. I'm covering more. And then again, like as it cannot halt down, I am out of the rest of the trade. But got a really nice move, you know, from 420s down to 350s. And then the stock, I think for the rest of the day, ended up consolidating. But that's, you can see the same exact setup. This is what I was expecting to happen in the trade that I posted the other day. But they don't always work perfect, right? Some of them do, like ENOB. Some of them don't, like that other stock. You know, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to take the same trade. I'm going to take that trade every damn time waiting for this, right? Because I may have lost $50 on the one that didn't work, but I made like 800 on the one that did. So the risk reward is, you know, is really good. And the only time I'm really going to lose on these is if it makes a super abnormal, you know, 5% of the time type move. But these are the types of setups that I like to put the most risk on, because I think the probability of me being correct is the highest. So that's kind of how I think about that. Anyway, that was a trade on ENOB. Hopefully that helps. Thank you all so much for tuning in. GreenWallSt.com. If you are interested in joining up and trading live inside the Discord with us, definitely do that. I'll have some more info coming out over the next couple of days, but I am going to be running like a 4-week summer school program inside Green Street, where we walk through, you know, the entirety A to Z, how to, you know, set up a platform to start trading, really basic stuff up to higher level actual patterns and types of setups and stocks that I'm trading and looking at each day. And I think we'll also run a little bit of a sale for Green Wall Street as well. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, if you just want to watch the videos, that's fine too. And thank you all so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like. If you didn't, just refresh it and give it one more chance. And as always, guys, I don't really have